Hi, and welcome to another Ask Us Anything live with Intrepid English. I'm Kate R., and I'm one of the teachers with the Intrepid English team. And every Friday, I go live to talk about a grammar point, a pronunciation point, or even some vocabulary. And I often choose a question that one of my students gave me. So if ever you want to get a more personalized moment with me for me to answer any of your English questions, don't hesitate to book a trial lesson on our website. And also, if you are enjoying these videos and you find them useful and they're helping your English, please click the like, then the subscribe button so that you get notified when I am coming to give you a new grammar point, vocabulary, or pronunciation help. You can also find on our YouTube channel so many useful videos done by my other colleagues on IELTS and pronunciation, and there's just so much help and resources there. So please go and check out our channel to see more of these videos. So the question I got asked this week is, why do we say on a bus but in a car? And I thought that is such a great question that I have to talk about it on my Friday Live. So in English, choosing between on and in is important, and knowing which one to use when talking about transportation can be tricky, but it doesn't have to be. In today's live, I hope to make this a bit clearer for you so that you can express yourself in English really well without making this common mistake, and that for you, the difference is clear. So, the basic difference between on and in for transportation is this. On is typically used for larger forms of transport, such as buses, planes, trains, subways, or tubes, or metros, depending on where you are in the world. It's the same thing, but we call them different things. Because subway is in New York, and tube is in London, and metros, well, it's in Paris, but in other places too. And other transport would be cruise ships and big boats. So basically, if you can stand up and walk around a form of transport in order to find a place to sit, then you are on that form of transport. So let's look at some examples. We were on the bus for over an hour stuck in traffic. You can eat all you want on a cruise ship. Have you ever been on a plane before? I've never been on a train. Sorry about the connection. I'm on the tube. Or if I was in New York, I'm on the subway. In is typically used with smaller vehicles that you have to enter and sit in, such as cars, taxis, trucks, carriages, which you can still get just about now, rickshaws if you're in Asia, canoes, tuk-tuks if you're in India, kayaks, paddle boats, or smaller boats in general. So if you don't have room to move around and you can't really stand up and comfortably walk around to find a place to sit, then you are in that form of transport. So let's look at some examples. I'm in the taxi right now. I'll see you in 15 or 20 minutes. How many people can fit in your car? I've never been in a rickshaw. Don't stand in the canoe. It'll tip over. Basically, the modes of transport, on equals more freedom and in equals less freedom. But wait, what about bikes and skateboards and motorbikes? Well, if you can stand on or sit on a single person or two-person vehicle, then we use on. So this includes vehicles where you have to place your leg on either side of the seat and which have handlebars, such as bikes, motorbikes, and then the vehicles that you can stand on. So you partially control with your body weight. So skateboards, segways, scooters, hoverboards now. They have that, don't they, now? So, for example, my daughter loves her scooter, and she goes on her scooter every morning to school. And when I went to go and pick her up from school yesterday, I thought, I'm going to try her scooter. So I went to her school on her scooter, and it was lots of fun. For example, my husband, he goes everywhere on his motorbike. And I have a friend who is always on her bike. Okay, I hope that clarified the difference and which preposition to use when you're talking about which forms of transport. And now I want you to answer me these questions in the comments below, because I think it would just be a really great moment for you to practice. So, when was the last time you were on a bus? And have you ever been on a cruise ship? And what was the longest amount of time you have ever spent in a car or a taxi? And have you ever been on a motorcycle? So that's all from me, and I hope you have a wonderful Friday. Please comment below with your answers to my questions. That would be wonderful. And if you have any question in English on grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation, please don't hesitate to comment also below. In the meantime, have a great weekend and see you next Friday. Bye.